All right, Success Weekly Learn Nation. Welcome to today's session. It is a powerful session. I'm going to go over seven tips that helped me finally break a cycle of 18 months of failure. 7 things that are right here that you can do starting today that help me break through a major mental block. So again, I want to welcome everybody to Success Weekly. Remember, brought to you by Lurn Nation every week, same time, same place, right over here. Mark your calendars and be here every week, guys, because we go over tremendous, amazing information that is going to change your life. It's going to change your life, all right? So today we're going to go over the 7 things that I finally learned. It took me 18 months to learn them. Most people don't know this about me, but my success story is not one of overnight success. It's one of great tribulation and pain, all right? It took me, I always laugh. I'm like, yeah, I'm an overnight success story. It just took me 18 months to make it happen. 18 months of failure, over 50 failures. Over 50 times I failed. Do you know how just soul-crushing it is to fail 50 times and to keep moving forward? Now, the things I'm going to share with you today are things that had I learned earlier into my 18-month tenure when I first started, I think I would have been able to do it in weeks and not months. So I'm going to share with you what has allowed me to continue to scale my business. And ironically, it's these same things that brought me out of debt as well, because I did eventually fall into almost near bankruptcy. So we're going to go over all of this. We have an amazing guest with us today as well. One of our lead coaches here at Lurn. Many of you have seen him, heard from him. You know just how inspirational he is, and you know he has the ability to reach into your soul and make changes, man. This guy can do big things unlike anything you've ever seen. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to leave a comment below, and I want you to commit to me that you will be here every week. Week after week after week after week. Every week here at Success Weekly, brought to you by Lurn Nation. I want you to type in yes below. I can see your comments pouring in. I want you to type in yes below right now if you are committed to being here every single week. All right? Go ahead, type in yes right now. I want to see the first person who types in yes. I want to see the first person. I love this. Jeremy typed in hashtag Lurn Nation. Jenna says, I will. Committed, says Frank. Oh, we got pouring in. Love it. Be here every week, okay? Wednesday, same place, same time here. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook, welcome. We're also streaming on Facebook, both on my Onyx and Gall page and the Lurn page. Please do us a favor. You're going to get an opportunity during the session to win cool prizes. If you're on Facebook, make sure you hit share. Make sure you comment below. Type in comments. Type in yes. Type in your energetic. And make sure you click like, because what that does is it makes the Facebook feed go viral. More people can join us and we can impact more lives at the same time. So if you're watching on Facebook, please make sure to do that. If you're watching on YouTube, do the same. And if you're watching here on our own Lurn Success Weekly page, well, then make sure you leave comments below so that we can see and hear you as well. Now, without further ado, I do want to bring on one of our lead coaches, someone we're blessed to have here in Lurn Nation, and someone we're blessed to have on today. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited, and I'm hoping he can share a little bit of his story with you. So everyone, help me put together a big, warm welcome. Type in hashtag Jeremy right now. Type in hashtag Jeremy to help me welcome Jeremy Bellotti. Jeremy, how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling awesome. What is up, Lurn Nation? It's good to see everybody. I know that a lot of you are coming in, and you guys are really excited about what we're going to be diving into. I'm excited to be able to share a little bit about certainly my story. I'm excited to share with you guys, what we're going to be talking about here and diving into some of the elements as an entrepreneur that are simply going to fuel your success moving forward. And that's really what I'm passionate about. If you have seen me on these things before, you know that I get excited when I talk about a path for entrepreneurial peak performance every single day, fueling your best in everything that you do, whether it is, excelling at your business, whether it is building quality and genuine relationships with the people in your life, whether it is fueling your health and well-being. Everything across the board really represents your success as an entrepreneur and fuels you to be able to succeed moving forward. And that's what I love being able to connect with you guys on. I love being able to share that with you. And Lurn Nation is something special. You guys, it's powerful to see all of you on here connecting, building relationships. You guys are part of something really special, and we're glad to have you part of the Lurn family.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, Jeremy. And listen, everyone, let's get started. All right, the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about, okay, today we're not going to really go into the scribble patterns or PowerPoints as much. Today, we're just going to kind of have a time for you and I to talk to each other. One thing I did forget to mention, now for those of you who are just joining us, we are officially launching in about 15 to 20 minutes our Lurn store, so you can get really amazing gear. I'm talking about things with amazing motivational phrases on them, things that inspire you as an entrepreneur, because we're going to continue to build this community, continue to build this camaraderie amongst each other so we can support each other as entrepreneurs. It's coming up in about 15 minutes, and I've got an amazing bonus that I'm going to be doing for anyone who actually decides to take part of it today. I don't know. You're gonna have a lot of fun. We let our students know about it earlier today on our students webinar, and it went ballistic. People were super excited and everywhere grabbing it. So first and foremost, we're gonna talk about something called failing fast. I want you to write this down. Okay, failing fast. Now, what is this? You know, we talk about this in our 5 Secrets, 5S workshop as well. We talk about a relationship with failure. And why is it that you need to have a relationship with failure? See, one thing I learned very early on when I was studying sales, I actually joined a network marketing company back then as a financial planner. So not only was I out there selling financial products, but I was always out there trying to recruit people to be financial planners underneath of me. And I mean, talk about rejection, right? Over and over and over, you get here, no, 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 no. And for someone who was very shy and scared, I mean, that was like, it was daunting to deal with it. So I quickly learned the basically probability and statistics. Mathematics helped me get over my fear of failure. See, with every door you knock on, with every person that opens and says no, you're statistically, mathematically, and scientifically closer to a yes. That's math. You're closer to someone saying yes to you. So actually, if you hear 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 no's and you quit, well, the more no's you heard, the closer you were to finally making your goal come true. Same thing with failure. The more you fail, see, I always say this, mistakes are awesome. Make them. In our company, we say new mistakes are awesome. Never make the same mistake twice. So if you're one of those people that can learn, embrace, and grow, then mistakes are a great thing. Go ahead and make them. Just don't make them again. Don't make them twice, right? So go ahead and make the mistake again. Go ahead and make the mistake the first time, but make it quick. So I say fail fast because a lot of us have a fear of failure, which holds us back. We do things slower. And trust me, listen to my voice and tell me I'm not right. We do things slower because we're afraid of failure. And now I'm here to tell you that I want you to do things faster and look forward and be encouraged by failure so that you can get there quicker. Get out of the way. Learn from it and then move on and do the next thing, because with everyone that comes by, you're closer to success. That's why I failed over 52 times. I learned this lesson very early on because I knew if I want to try something, just get in and do it. And you know what happens? It's crazy. With failure, you literally get used to it. With no's and rejection, after a while, it doesn't bother you. People don't realize how much I still fail till this very day. I see failures all the time. Doesn't bother me. Really doesn't bother me at all. I just deal with it. I just say, whatever. I failed. Moving on to the next thing. So this relationship with failure, this concept of failing fast, right now, I want you to type in the number 1. Okay, type in the number 1 below, whether you're on Facebook Live or you're on Google Hangout. I want you to type in the number 1 below. If you just had a moment where you said, you know what, Anik, you're right. I think I hold myself back because I'm scared of failing, versus I should be moving faster and leaping towards that failure if that's the case. So type in the number 1 right now if you just had that thought process. And if you're on Facebook Live, please do me a favor. Make sure you click share. Make sure you click like. It gives us an opportunity to get this message more viral. It would mean the world to me. We're all trying to build our nation together, right? Lurn Nation. The bigger we are, the more we can support one another. It means a lot. So go ahead and please make sure you click share and click like. So while you're typing in number 1, let me just see. Do we get someone who already typed it in? All right. Oh, yeah, we got lots of ones. I love it. So I'm going to turn things over real quick to Jeremy. Jeremy, talk a little bit. I know about your story, and I know how you've seen and tasted failure. I also, you've done a lot of sales in your life. And I know that that's got to have put you in the road of rejection many times and many times over. How have you dealt with it?
I mean, the bottom line is I actually wrote this down because I think it's powerful and I think it's worth definitely remembering, no matter at what stage you're at within your entrepreneurial journey, is too many people will think from a hypothetical. So they'll be stuck in thought about a hypothetical future that possibly may or may not end up occurring, as opposed to taking action from reality. Is taking steps of action based off of what is really happening in front of you. So being able to take action, get feedback, be able to, put yourself out in the marketplace, get real-time reality feedback from what you're actually putting out there, as opposed to sitting back and thinking of a hypothetical future that may or may not kind of occur. And too many people stay in that level of thought. And the bottom line is, especially when it comes down to whether it's you're in sales, whether it's in your marketing, whether it is you're growing your business across the board, it is critical to be able to look at something like rejection and genuinely see the opportunity within that. Absolutely go straight forward, see it as opportunity, and be able to notice that that is going to give you the fuel to be able to succeed long into the future. And it will give you a reality that is actually going to be tangible for you. God, how many times have I been rejected? Oh my gosh, I've lost count. But guess what? I've lost count because I'm focusing so heavily on the people that I can serve, the people that I know are going to be the next person that I connect with, the next person that we're going to be able to enroll into a whole deeper level transformation. And bottom line is, you have the ability with the world. You have the ability to share a message. You have the ability to share something really special that impacts the lives of individual people. And bottom line is, not everyone you speak with, not everyone you market to may be in the position to receive that gift. They may or may not be. To you. What is up to you is sharing that gift with as many people as possible, and really aligning yourself with the fact that that gift can impact the lives of millions of people. To do that. But that's not going to happen if you're not only attaching yourself to a certain standard, but you're also attaching yourself to the results of somebody else. It's just not going to happen. If you're trying to help yourself be successful and attach yourself to somebody else's standards, somebody else's decision making, work. Right? You're going to detach yourself away from the goals that you have, the direction and service that you are able to create, and the gift that you have to share. And so it's really about seeing the opportunity you have every single there to be able to share something that others have the ability to receive. And you have no choice and no decision over whether or not they get to receive it. So how many of you, if you go and type in yes in the comments, how many of you have maybe thought about, or maybe are stuck in the thought of the hypothetical? Right now you're thinking to yourself, oh man, I don't know if I should put myself out there. I want to start my business. I want to put myself out there, but I want to make it perfect. I want to make it look the right way. I want it to be great. I want it to be perfect. I want my brand to look right. I want my logo to look right. How many of you are stuck thinking in the hypothetical as opposed to taking action from reality, from actual feedback, from real-time connection with the market? Right? So go ahead and type in yes if that is you right now. And what we get to do is we get to start shifting that. We get to start shifting it into action, because I tell you right now, once you start getting that real-time feedback from people you are sharing a message with, from people you are sharing your gift with, that is where freedom really starts unfolding for you, because it starts becoming clear from the feedback that you have as to what you can really create for yourself. So
it's awesome, man. I couldn't agree with you more. So everyone, fail fast, run towards the failure, get it over with. All right. Number 2, I call it the ear block. And what the heck does that mean? You know those things you put in your ears when you get on a plane? It's something to just kind of stuff your ears and stop listening to the nonsense. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit of a different concept here, and that is this cliche advice that we hear. I'm actually writing about this in one of my books, a lesson I learned. It's a tremendous story from a taxi cab driver that this book will be out next year and you'll see. But one of the advice in the book, you always hear people say, remove negative people from your life. They say, remove them, just kick them out. And I say, no, you can't. You can't just remove negative people. There's no one left in your life anymore, okay? There are different levels of people in your life. There are people who are your fans. These are people who will literally step in front of a car for you. They are supporting you. They will do anything for you. There are people who are supportive. There are people who are neutral, okay? So it's like people really don't care. Like, do whatever you want. They're in your life. They just adjust around it. They don't have an opinion. Then you have negative, and then you have toxic. And I'm totally toxic people. But that's usually only about 3 to 4 to 5% of the people in your life. Toxic people are like leeches. They're actually looking to get something out of you, not giving anything back. Negative people are misunderstood. Negative people are not trying to harm you for the most part. And if they are, they're toxic. Then they need to go. But most people who are negative sometimes are the people that are the closest to you. Your family, your wife, your husband, your kids, your aunt, your uncle, your father, your mother. You can't just remove these people and throw them out like garbage just because they don't support you, just because they're not agreeing with everything you're saying. No. See, you have to come from an understanding and a place that understands why they're doing what they're doing. Why are they not supporting? It's because they're trying to protect you. See, people can only agree with you and support you in that which they understand, in that which they believe, in that which they want to see, which they can see themselves doing. How could they possibly support something that they don't support you in something and let you do something if they don't think it's possible for themselves? So they want to protect you from it. They don't want you to be hurt. They don't want you to have those bad feelings. You can't kick those people out of your life. What you need to do is you need to learn to understand them. You need to see where they're coming from, but you need to block them out. See, I always give an example. In my life, when I first started my business, my grades started to drop. Everything was happening. And my own father was like, what are you doing? He'd call and yell at me. He'd say, come on. I know you want to do a business, but you can't let your grades drop. You can't do this. You can't do that. Son, it doesn't work like this. One could argue he was being negative. And that man is my best friend. He is the reason I stand where I am today. He has put everything on the line for me in the future. What if I had removed him from my life because I thought he was being negative? No, I took a moment to understand where he was coming from. He was trying to protect me. And so what I did is I just stopped sharing all my details with him. I stopped sharing everything that would give him anxiety. I stopped asking for advice that he wasn't capable of providing at that time. And so I didn't burden him with all of this, and I didn't burden myself with the negativity. So you got to choose who you listen to. This is why it's so important for you to be involved in communities of people that understand you, believe in you, and think like you. Because they won't be negative if they can see themselves doing what it is you want to do. It's really, really a powerful concept. I want you to type in the number 1 right now. Do it below. I actually want to see the comments. Type in the number 1 if that made sense. If you understand now the difference between the kinds of people that need to go and the kinds of people you need to just understand and maybe limit the interaction that you have with them. Type in right now. Type in the number 1 right now. All right, I'm going to wait for it. All right, Ahmed and Janice and tons of people that are typing in the number 1. That's awesome. All right, I absolutely love that. Now, we're going to move right on. And I'm going to kick this one off with Jeremy. Now, Jeremy, I'd love for you to tell this story. Our third tip, the third thing that I realized was really important to me was something called belonging to family. Now, what does that mean? See, when I first started trying to make some money on the internet, way back, what are you going to do? Where do you go? How do you get help, right? It's the most lonely profession to be an entrepreneur, and to be an online entrepreneur, forget about it. It's even more lonely. So I found this place. I found a forum. I found this place where people met and talked, and they were like-minded. So I thought I'm going to give it a shot. All of a sudden, I start talking there. I start working with people. By the way, ones are like piling in. I love it. I love the fact that you guys are really absorbing everything we're talking about. So I found this place, and from there finally led to my eventual success. But I found a home. I spent hours there a day just asking questions, being engaged, being active. Now, Jeremy, I know that one of the things that you spoke about when you became a part of Lurn Nation was you said this family, this community, this being around people that just want to help other people was what really just turned a lot for you. Can you talk a little bit about that experience, Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is when you're an entrepreneur, you have to be surrounded by an environment that fuels you every single day. Every single day is an opportunity for you to be able to excel and expand to another level, or really detract in a big, big way. It is a difficult thing when days upon days add up and all of a sudden you're kind of like, man, I'm like feeling down. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the next step is. When you have people you can rely on, family that you can rely on to be able to support that journey, it makes it, I mean, you're talking, that's invaluable to your success long term. The way that I first started really being able to break through in a lot of areas for my entrepreneurial journey was originally getting involved with an entrepreneurial community. And this was a while back now. And as I started growing, I started realizing how critical it is to be around people that fuel that within you. And that is what is so special about the Lurn family. That's what's special about Lurn Nation, is that you not only have an environment here that is designed to be a transformational home for entrepreneurs, but you have an environment that is really filled with students, with coaches, with mentors that are here to fuel that in you every single day. Whether it's Success Weekly, whether it is being a part of this community as a whole, whether it's, you know, the programs that we have to support you with building a business, with getting clear on your vision, with being able to create transformation in your life, you have a home here. If you are an entrepreneur, and like Onyx said, if you are someone that is starting a business online, it is one of the most loneliest things you can do if you do not take active pursuit of a community that will fuel that in you every single day, that will be around you, that you can rely on to say, hey, I'm struggling with this, you know, I'm feeling a little bit down, you know, I really want to break through here. You know, I would love some feedback to be able to support me in doing that. It is critical to have a community that you can rely on and that you can trust. Lay it all out there and to share with and to get feedback with and to be able to connect with on a daily basis and to have mentors that care. That was the biggest thing that really, me being a part of Lurn and really originally getting a part of this community, of this family, was the culture. The culture that is created within Lurn is something that I've never experienced before in my life, in any entrepreneurial community. Genuine about serving your best interest long term. Not in the short term, not, hey, I want to build an internet business because I want to have a hobby or I want to make a couple extra bucks online. People that are genuinely here to serve a long-term vision, a long-term goal for you to succeed consistently in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in everything that makes up you as an entrepreneur. Because what you'll find, and I talk about this all the time, what you will find is your business will always be a direct reflection of who you are. You are the engine behind this business, behind this abstract entity that is your business. You are the engine behind that. And this culture that Lurn is really fueled by and that Onyx has created, this is a testament to him. He is my mentor. He is a dear friend. He is someone that if you are around, you can't help but grow. You can't help but open your perspective. Thing that I've experienced, and I did a TED Talk about this, everything that I've experienced in my life, been able to get me to a whole nother standard, to a whole nother level, has always come from a minor shift in perspective. What's possible? What am I open to? What is really in front of me that I can make take myself to another level? And Lurn is the epitome of transformation. It's the epitome of entrepreneurship. So I can't say enough about this community, this family. You guys are amazing.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing that. And listen, that's exactly what we do. That's why we do this every week where we meet as a family here on Success Weekly. All right, that's why we meet here every single week, because we want to be able to provide you with that home. That's why Lurn's called the transformational home for entrepreneurs. And with that, I'm incredibly proud to announce something today. I'm going to do something really cool right now, because as you can see, we're wearing, I'm wearing a really cool sweatshirt here and get to pimp the Lurn brand, tell everybody about it, spread the word. But we've got some amazing, amazing new shirts and hoodies, and you guys have expressed in the past that you want some. I'm going to give you not only a 10% off coupon today because we're officially live. You can actually buy some amazing, amazing clothes. I'm going to give you an opportunity right now. But I'm also going to tell you that everybody who takes part in this before midnight tonight, not only do you get the 10% off coupon, but you are going to get an opportunity to join Jeremy and I in a very special entrepreneurial boot camp that we're going to do. We're recording this boot camp for another product we're doing, but we're going to let everybody who's here dive into it and listen in for free. All we want you to do today is I want you to show your excitement for being a part of Lurn Nation and show your support by, you ready for this? Okay, I want you guys to type in one right now. If you want, you can get like a mug, you can get a sweatshirt, you can get a t-shirt, and you can choose whatever saying you want. These sayings are going to rotate every week or 2 weeks. We will replace them. Once we sell out of the shirts, we'll sell out. Type in right now. I want you to type in me, M-E. Type in me right now below. All right, if you're watching on Facebook, hit comment. Type me, hit like, hit share. If you're watching this on our website or on Google Hangout, I want you to type in me in the section below. If you are ready right now and you want to make that commitment, you want to show your commitment to Lurn Nation, that you're a full-time part of this family, right? Not just supporting yourself, but supporting everybody in this family, just as myself and Jeremy are. I want you to type in me if you're going to make that commitment today by grabbing something, a mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, anything. Go ahead. I want to see how many people. I'm going to read your names out because I'm excited about this. Oh my God, there's so many. Paula, Sajan, Ricky, Orande, Sayake, Owen, Ives, Sajan, Jules, Marcia, Sheila, Genus, Adina, Cindy, Sumaya, Sajan, again, Stephen, Lydia, JJ, Tracy, I can't read all these names, guys. All right, all you have to do, I don't care. You can go get a mug for like $10. Everybody who takes action today, and we've already had a bunch of students who went in and have already made their commitment to Lurn Nation by getting something. I just want you guys to get this. I want you to wear it. I want it to remind you every time that you are a part of the family. I want other people who bring negativity towards you, I want you to be able to hold that shirt up and say, not happening, not coming in my way today. And that's what's going to really empower and empower you. And then anybody who takes action today before the end of the day, you are going to get to be a part of our special entrepreneurial boot camp that Jeremy and I are going to run. Most likely we'll do it in about 10 days. Here's the deal. The URL, and I'm going to give you I want you to write this down right now. I'm going to give you a coupon code, but write it down right now, okay? Success. S-U-C-C-E-S-S. Success. Write that down. Success is your coupon code. Right now, I'll give you 10% off, plus everybody before midnight. You get a chance to join us. So I'm going to just quickly pull this up here. It's LurnGear.com. All right, let me share my screen with you. It is LurnGear.com. So I don't think I need to zoom in much, but guys, when you go to this site, you will see some awesome stuff. Now, I'll tell you which shirts are getting the most. Impossible is only an opinion has been super popular so far today. And then we go down here, and it's the best way to predict the future is to create it. This has been super popular. All you have to do is click on it, get to the cart, type in the code SUCCESS. You get 10% off. We've also got some awesome mugs that you can grab. So go here. Feel free to grab a mug. Feel free to grab a t-shirt. If you go into it, I got this one. I love this one. Give me your email address. I actually bought this one from the store. You can get a unisex shirt, a woman's shirt, or a unisex hoodie. Choose your color. Choose your size. Hit purchase. Guys, we'll give you the 10% off coupon. Go and do this right now. And everybody that does this between now and midnight, you will also participate in an absolutely free entrepreneur boot camp that Jeremy and I are going to run together. Again, this is just one of those, we're going to build a community and a camaraderie together. And I'm actually going to, throughout the rest of our session together, I'm going to be reading out the names of those who take action because I'm super excited and super pumped. I'm telling you, this is the day this community really begins to build upon itself. Join this family. Be a part of it. We're super excited to have you here. Grab any slogan you want. And I want you to wear it with pride. I want you to put your mugs out with pride and remind yourself that you're part of this amazing family. All right, so I want you right now, type in the number 2. Type in the number 2 if you're in the process of doing this. Right now, go ahead, type in the number 2. I want to read out the names of the people who are going to take action on this. Remember, write down the coupon code SUCCESS, LurnGear.com, and you have just a little bit of time to make this happen before we will pull the bonus offer. And we're moving right up. Oh, we got a lot of people pouring in. I just want to say Saeed, Shale, Cindy, Gail, Orande, Vonzel, Samaya, Jane, John, Marcia, Rich, Stephen, Paula, Tracy, Brenda, Kanal, Victor, Lonnie, Sandra, Debbie, Guillermo, Ritz, Miriam, Jane, Lewis, Bernard, Trin, Troy. Oh my God, they're pouring in. All right, you have your opportunity right now. It's LurnGear.com. We'll come back and talk about this a little bit more at the end. This is your last chance. All right, go to it, make it happen. Let's move on to tip number 4. Jeremy, I want you to talk a little bit about this one because you've had some great things to share about this. Steps to follow, right? We talk a lot about success and making things happen and the things that we need to do, but there's so many ways of doing things. A lot of times, for example, we're born, right? We go to preschool, we go to kindergarten, we go to first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. Our curriculums are laid out. Literally, society has created a program to train us to become an employee. I mean, it's what it's done. It's a machine that creates people with worker mindset. Now, all of a sudden, you want to do something completely different. You want to take charge of your own life. Robert Kiyosaki talks about this. Where do you go? What do you do? So, number 4, Jeremy, talk about the importance for the steps that are needed to be followed.
Every single day, open yourself to creative action. Just open yourself to creative action. That's really what it comes down to, is because I did not grow up in an entrepreneurial family. I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurial environment. I grew up in an environment that maybe a lot of you are very familiar with, right? It is the standard path, at least certainly here in the US, right? So you get a great education, you go and get a degree in college, and then you go look for and hope for the job of your life that you can spend 40 years with and then retire and then hopefully have enough money left over to be able to live out the rest of your life comfortably, right? So that is like the standard environmental path that most of us have to go down. Well, entrepreneurship was not even in my vocabulary until very, very recently in life. I mean, it was something that I didn't even have a concept of. And if I wanted to go make something more of myself, it was go get more education. And I pursued 2 master's degrees inside of this because that's the only path that I had and that I knew. The steps to follow, if you are experiencing that, if that is the environment that you grew up in, it's not good, it's not bad, it's not anything other than a path that leads to a specific result. And more is that result is typically not the most desirable, meaning you are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt or tens of thousands of dollars in debt because of school loans and all of that stuff. And the majority of students coming out of college are not getting the jobs, let alone the jobs that they want, the ones that will fuel their desire, their passion, all of that they really want to be a part of for the rest of their life. It just doesn't happen. So it's a path that leads to a certain result that is typically not the most desirable result. Really shift every single day the steps that you're taking that will open you up to a different result. And that would be, again, at the simplest level possible, opening yourself to creative action every single day. And if you are younger, that is opening yourself up to creative opportunities to share, or at least find something that you really love. And go out there and do things and be a part of things that are maybe outside of your comfort zone. Whether it is starting something, a small business with some friends, whether that is, getting involved with clubs if you are in school right now, getting involved with clubs at your school that you never would have thought that you would have gotten involved with, something that gets you involved with the community, gets you active within your local area. One of the things that I did that made a huge impact on kind of burning and fueling this desire in myself to give back was in my undergrad. I played sports when I was in college, and I was very fortunate to have a wonderful experience, undergrad experience, because I was able to play sports, and that opened me Some of the things that we did in the community, for example, we would go to kids, like a cancer center for kids on a regular basis and just go and give back. Go and be there. Go and just spend time with them. On Halloween, we would go, make pumpkins with them. On Christmas, we would go deliver them food and just be a part of their day. And when you are there in that level of environment, that situation, you're going to see that there's a lot out there for you to be able to give. And there's a lot of opportunity for you to be able to give. Another way that allowed me to open my perspective was doing a study abroad when I was younger. And that opened me up to, again, other areas of my life that I knew was possible. So at the base level, it is simply doing and taking creative action every single day, opening yourself to creative action every single day, whether that is doing a study abroad, whether it's traveling, whether it is going out and just doing something crazy with family to go, travel for the weekend, or whether it is going out in your community. Go spend some time at a local cancer center. Go spend some time at a local, when I was younger as well, was spend some time at an elderly community, because you're going to find some people in there that have amazing, amazing stories, amazing perspectives on life. But you're also going to see people, and why it's so important for you to be there for people and connect with people. So one of the things that, again, I would just share is being able to open yourself to creative action. If you can do that, you are going to take steps. You are going to follow a path that open you to a whole new world of potential. I mean, that was the biggest thing for me. I wanted to open my mind to what was possible beyond my circumstance. If you can start opening yourself beyond that, a path, you're going to start weaving a path to success. You're going to start weaving a path to your creative genius. And that's the goal, is finding that, identifying that, and really aligning yourself with it. That's what's going to push you forward. That's what's going to open your creative mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Jeremy. And, guys, having a system and being able to follow it is incredibly key, which is why we create these programs at Lurn, and why I'm investing so much time and energy in creating more and more and more of them, because the more I can create for you, the better and easier it is for you. So you don't have to go out and create all that. All right, let's move on to the fifth thing I want to talk about today. And by the way, I just want to take a moment, guys. Lurn gear, right? I just want you to know how many people are. This is so cool. I want to congratulate Debbie Turkovich, Cindy Baker, Leon Marziano, David Agure, Floyd Jones, Janina Kilpatrick, Antonio Gilberti, Steven Stevenson, Melissa Montalvo, Marcus Poteet, Ralph Moore, Betty Fellows. Just tons of people coming in. Congratulations, guys. Keep going in there. Every single person is going to get a chance to join our entrepreneurship workship. But you still have some time. You can look around and grab everything you want. Betty just grabbed a whole bunch of things. So grab all the entrepreneur gear you can. Sport that gear. Remind yourself you're part of an awesome family. You're an entrepreneur. Be proud of it. All right, number 5 is to focus. Oh, I cannot tell you how much this one burns me. When I first started, I have this story I always tell. Some of you may have heard it. Some of you may not have, but you'll hear it again. I was reading this magazine called Business 2.0. May it rest in peace. I love that magazine. I used to read every word, every article. This is way 15, 16 years ago when I was starting. There's an article in there about Mark Cuban. Now, back then, Mark Cuban wasn't a household name. He had just kind of become a big deal. Self-made billionaire, bought a basketball team. So I was like, what is this guy? I started reading it. And at the very end, in the tiniest little scribble, it says, hey, if you send him an email, he will email you back. I thought, this is interesting. So let me try sending him an email, right? So I did it. And I said, Mark, this is Onik. I'm a big-time entrepreneur. I'm young, but I'm going to make big things happen. And I just want to introduce myself. And, I'm working on these 5 awesome businesses, but I'm not having a breakthrough. What's the number 1 advice you would give me? And this guy responds, literally replies. Mark Cuban has replied an email to me, not just once, but a few times. The first reply he sends me, he basically says, sorry, kid, got to keep it short. On a plane to a Mavericks game, like word for word, I remember, said, best advice, drop 4, do 1. And I thought, the hell is this the worst advice anyone could ever give me? Are you kidding me, dude? You're part of like 30 companies. So I didn't take the advice. Who is Mark Cuban to give me advice, right? So I didn't take the advice. Then I'm standing at an event, and of course, don't have any success. Months go by. I'm at an event in Baltimore, right close up to my house. And Mike Filsaime is speaking, and he does a mathematical example that blew my mind. Mathematically, he proves to me why focus is key. He says literally this. He says, if it takes you 100 hours to finish a project, just assume you're working on 10 projects at one time. If you work on each project 1 hour a day, it'll take you 100 days before you have anything to show for it. Versus if you can work on one project 10 hours a day, you'll be done in 10 days. And I thought, math never fails. Guys, I cannot tell you the massive impact my life has had because I embraced this concept of focus, one thing at a time. You know what? Right now, you might be working on a program with somebody. You might be doing inbox blueprint. You might be doing somebody else's. I don't care what it is. If you feel good about it, if it feels right, focus on it. Focus on it hardcore. All right? Don't let yourself get distracted. Don't have shiny object syndrome. Unfortunately, entrepreneurs innately have something called shiny object syndrome. Don't have that. Don't have that. Now, before I turn things over to, my phone is blowing up here because we have people that are, man, I am excited about all you guys who are just grabbing Lurn gear, okay? So how many of you are still in the process? You're looking around, you're grabbing what you want, you're still looking. Type in the number 1. Just give me some feedback. Type in the number 1 if you're a little excited right now and you're looking around so I can get some cool feedback to see what's going on this store. We've got tons of ones already pouring in. How'd you guys even hear me that quickly? Google Hangouts always have delays. I want to see, actually, no, sorry, that must be from the first one. Shell, Denise, Jane, Mutsuko, Ramil, Paula. Guys, you still have time. Go ahead and do it. Then Jeremy and I will be joining you for a live entrepreneur workshop in about 10 days. But you have to take action today, okay? And you get that 10% off coupon. Now, Jeremy, I want to move forward. I'm not going to share too much about your life, Jeremy, but there's enough that you have shared in the past. So I hope you're okay with this. A little personal. Can I share the story about you in the car?
Yeah, let's throw it. Yeah.
All right. Jeremy, you at one point lived in your car. And life got that tough. You know, I always talk about my bad days, right? But I didn't live in a car. That's got to be about the toughest thing to deal with. And so a lot of us, we talk about our problems and our things that are holding us back and things that make us sad in life and all of that. But my question to you is, do you really have it as bad sometimes as other people in the world? So my next concept here, Jeremy, is silver lining. You know, finding the good even out of just total crap. And talk about that, Jeremy. Talk about how you survived living in a car. Talk about not survived like as in a physical way, but mentally, and how this concept of silver lining and finding the good has impacted your life.
Well, you definitely don't do it in a very comfortable way. And I always find it funny when people talk about, you know, the pressure and the stress of jumping outside of your comfort zone. I can tell you right now, I was pretty comfortable even living in my car, and it sucked. It was more pressure and more stress than you could ever imagine. And so, you know, typically and mostly throughout life, you know, living in your comfort zone is more stressful and more pressure than you can imagine, right? So if you're not jumping outside of your comfort zone to expand your ability to bring in more income for your family, it is going to be a lot more stressful once those bills come around. It's going to be a lot more stressful when, you know, you have a health issue in the family. It's going to be a lot more stressful when, you know, the check comes for dinner. And so if you're not expanding your potential, for example, if you want to be healthier, if you're not jumping outside of your comfort zone to really connect and really experience the stress and the pressure of lifting weights and getting in the gym and doing what is necessary, then it is going to be a lot of stress and a lot of pressure in a comfort zone of not doing that. You're not going to look and you're not going to feel the way that you know you can. And so when I was in that position, I called it, you know, it was a hopeless position. I've never ever stated that I was homeless at that point, because I was not in a destitute position. I was in a position that I put myself in, and I had to take full ownership of that. I was in a hopeless position, which means I was lost. I didn't have a concept, again, of what I could really open myself to. I didn't have an environment of support from people that knew how to get out of that type of situation. Again, the support that I had was awesome. Go back to school and get, a better education and go find a job and all of that. And so it was a hopeless position. It was not knowing what my purpose was. It was not knowing what I'm here to create and to serve and to give to other people. It was not having a path in life, and it was feeling lost that allowed me to, be in a position like that and have a hopeless circumstance. Now, what allowed me to finally break free from that? You have to take ownership of your circumstance. You have to take ownership of your environment. You have to take ownership and recognize and discover the freedom within full responsibility of your life. Knowing that life does not happen to you. Life does not even happen for you. Life happens from you. Every single one of you has a life within you that will exponentially impact other people, exponentially create energy out there that is going to influence people in a very powerful way. And it's up to you to bring that out. And it's recognizing the freedom that comes within taking full responsibility and ownership of that. And it's difficult. It is not easy. But again, staying in that comfort zone, staying in a place where, you know what, I got a roof over my head, my car, and I can find food, I'm comfortable, I'm fine, I'm okay. If I stayed in that state, I look at that as selfish. And I see staying in a position of hopelessness, a position of poverty, a position of comfort. I genuinely see that as being selfish. It's staying in a place where you are kind of just outside of the stress and the pressure of the world to be able to make an impact. That is the most selfish thing that I know I could have kind of stayed in. I could have easily stayed in that position, and none of you would hear my voice today, would be on this session today with us. I certainly wouldn't be here. And so I could have stayed in a position where I kept myself comfortable. I kept myself in that environment. And I would not be able to share a gift that allows my voice to connect with you and hopefully inspire you to be able to share your gift with other people.
Wow.
With the circumstance, you're talking about hopeless, you're talking about a state of being, you're talking about a state of really wanting more and not knowing how to get that. And getting out of it is extraordinarily, extraordinarily difficult. But it is a path worth pursuing, and I had to get myself around people that were where I wanted to be.
It's amazing. Jeremy, I've heard your story over and over, and I have to tell you, listen, guys, let me explain to you, and let me put a picture together for you of where I've been in my life. I would say there's two low points in my life, two very low points. One, in the corner of a motel in Goa, India, okay? Excuse me, with a bottle of liquor in my hand, thundering outside. I'm talking about that movie scene that you see in movies. The guy's just like done with life. Nobody knows where I am. My parents don't know. My friends don't know. I think it was one person. At that time, Jimmy Kim was my best friend who also worked with me at Lurn. He's, of course, gone on and become a massive success now and has his own company. But I think he knew where I was. I just disappeared. I was at the lowest of lows, 1.7 million in debt, people calling me. I owed money to my father, my little brother, just owed everybody money. And I was just, I'm going to ruin everybody's life as well as mine. Did that for 4 days. And I got so sick from all that drinking that I started to also get very ill. Now, another low point in my life, which was not connected to this period, was when I was literally, well, actually it kind of was connected to it, but obviously it was during that horrible time, was when I was actually on my deathbed. 90 days in the ICU, fighting off getting blood transfusions every day, 2 to 3 pints of blood a day, to the point where if I sat up, my heart rate would go to spike to 190. They were scared. I couldn't sit up. I had to lie down flat. I lost my leg muscles. I had to go through physical therapy to walk again. It took me 2 months to climb up the steps to get to the second floor of my house. 3 months in the hospital. Finally, major surgeries. And during all of this time, you know, I found a way to smile, laugh, and bring positivity to other people's lives. And I always said, people, my nurse finally told me when I recovered from this major surgery, they said 50-50 chance of living. When I recovered from it, the nurse came to me. One of my nurses came to me the day I got checked out. She came to me and she stopped. She had tears in her eyes. And she said, I need to talk to you. And I said, yeah, go ahead. What's up? She said, you should not be alive. You should be dead. I've been doing this for 20 years. You should be dead. And I said, well, gee, thanks, you know. And she goes, no, it is your attitude that made you survive. And only your attitude. There's nothing else that may let you live. She goes, I've never seen a person who cannot sit up, whose heart goes into major, 190 tachycardia, who is getting 3 pints of blood a day, who's being told he has a 50% chance of living, who actually plays pranks on the nurses and is smiling and laughing and concerned about how other people are feeling and still hiding under the bed sheets to work on his business on his BlackBerry phone. She said, that's what made you survive. See, I used to look for the silver lining in everything. I used to look for the lesson to be learned in the bad, so that I could learn and grow from it. If you want to run a marathon, you're going to have to hurt. You're going to have to run the mile, the 2 miles, the 3 miles. You're going to have to get injured. You're going to have legs, muscles pulled, mornings you can't wake up. It's a part of the process. So learn from it. There's a reason my company's name is Lurn. It's not just random. I played on the word learn because in our entire lives, we're always learning. It's important. But you got to be looking for the silver lining. Now, listen, man, I got a lot of people to congratulate here, and I'm going to do it real quick because I love everyone who's joined our community, who's made a point to say. So after Betty, we've had Caroline Alexander, Ronell Whiteman, Vonzo Sawyer, Keith Strangeland, Sandra Templeton, Brent Hott, Bernard Stebbin, Troy Butler, Janiyah Miles, Sabik, I cannot say your last name, but Saidbeck, Charlene, Leanne, Patty, Anaya, Lonnie, Trin, Ramil, Marlon, Lydia, Jacqueline, John, Orande, Brent, oh my God, so many people, Brenda, Cameron, Bereria, Julie, Denise, Minda, Shell, Karen. It is an honor. Seriously, thank you for doing this, guys. You will all be joining us on our entrepreneurship workshop. And if you still got time, learngear.com, coupon code SUCCESS. Go now, do this before we end the webinar because then it's going to go away. And now we're going to talk about the 7th thing, right? So I'm going to take a pause here. We went over failing fast. We went over what I call the ear block. Not necessarily removing negative people, but limiting their influence on you and kind of stuffing your ears. Belonging to family, which you already are. You're right here. Just embrace it. Number 4 is steps to follow. Number 5 is focus. Number 6 is your silver lining. All right. How many of you right now so far have had this webinar, have had a breakthrough? You're listening and you already know the areas you need to work on. Type in the number 2 right now. Type in the number 2 below. Go ahead. Type in the number 2 if you have had that breakthrough. If you could feel it, it's there. You are ready. You are prepared. Go ahead. Type in the number 2. I want to see a bunch of number 2s pour in. Come on, guys. Number 2 right now. If you are already feeling the effects of this webinar, you can feel the positivity that is just brewing. Oh, love it. People whose lives are actually being impacted right now because you're hearing some advice from 2 people who've been there, who've done that. Last but not least, Jeremy, you honored me earlier with a word that I take with great responsibility. Not to quote Spider-Man, but, with great powers come great responsibility. And I have been positioned, and I don't take this humbly. I say this. I have been blessed by God to be positioned in a place where I get to serve as mentor to people. I've had some amazing mentors in my life. This is the 7th tip, guys. You need a mentor. And Jeremy, earlier you used that word to describe our relationship. And, that truly means something at the core to me because there's friendship is one thing. Working with someone is one thing. Colleague, it's a different thing. Even a boss is a different thing. A mentor carries with it a very different dynamic. And so people sometimes think, okay, I bought this program. This guy's my mentor, my coach. But that's not the case because that person's got to want to be taking ownership over it. So, Jeremy, I think everybody innately knows that they need a mentor, but I thought maybe you could share for a moment what makes a mentor? What makes a good mentor And why do people need it? And how has it impacted your life?
Well, one of the biggest things that's going to make a great mentor is someone who genuinely has your best interest at heart. And that's the place that they are coming from. And when you can find people in your life that you, again, aspire to really kind of look up to, people that are in your life and in your environment that you know they're in a place that you want to be, that's one thing to read a book from them or, again, take a course from them. And to know that they genuinely have your best interest at heart, and that is the place they are coming from, is something that, when you find mentors like that, that is the difference between a good mentor and a great mentor. Somebody that will help you break through long into your future and your journey as an entrepreneur. Because those types of mentors, that level of mentor, covering new just breakthroughs along your path. And again, like you talked about with Mark Cuban, he mentioned something to you, and it wasn't until long after that it planted a seed in your mind that inevitably went off when that light bulb came on. Mentor is going to come from a place, number one, that has your best interest at heart. And they are genuine in their service to helping you transform who you are today. That's number one. Number two is it really comes down to someone that can speak from a place where you know you want to be. Don't go out there finding mentors, people talking a big game and, but they can't provide anything to back it up. They're not they're doing. And so they're not upholding a level of integrity that you want to uphold in your business, your life, your relationships, all of that. Look to those who are in the position, in the business, in the relationships, have the environment that you want to create for yourself. When I started looking to mentors at that level, seek out people in my life that could make that level of impact. And I knew they were in a position that I wanted to be. I wanted to have their relationships. I wanted to have their connections. I wanted to have their environment. I wanted to have that kind of business. When I started seeking out mentors at that level, you start seeing changes. You start experiencing changes. And you start breaking through in areas that you never realized were so critical to your transformation. And the reason that this is so powerful, this Lurn Nation, this Lurn family, is that you have mentors that really define that are the epitome of that. If you have been in internet marketing, for example, or email marketing for the last decade, you know who Anik Singhal is. That's how I discovered Anik, is I started going on my entrepreneurial journey, and all of a sudden you start hearing about him. And then you start getting connected with this community. You start getting connected with this environment, and you start seeing people people in this community more and more, and you start realizing there's something different here. There's something different from where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing, why we are here together sharing a message. There's something different here. And when you can align yourself with that, you will find a path to transforming your entrepreneurial journey. It's just inevitable at that point. When you align yourself with that path and that level of community, that level of mentorship, to create transformation. It is inevitable. It is bound to happen. Keep going down that path. And again, find the mentors that have your best interest at heart, and people that are in a place and in an environment and creating things in their life that you can have for yourself.
Absolutely. I just couldn't agree more. And I have to tell you, I have mentors in my life that have impacted me in ways that change at the core. And it's really important. And it's actually why we've created a program at Lurn called Lurn Masters, because Jeremy and I both open ourselves up to mentoring. And I mean, I have been involved with events with Jeremy where we get small groups of people into our events at 20, 30 people. And I mean, at one go, 15 are in tears. At one moment, because that's the kind of transformation happening. I always say tears or those just goosebumps you get, those chills, that's a transformational moment that's occurring right before your eyes. So right there, we have failing fast, the ear block, we have belonging to family, steps to follow, focus, silver lining, and mentor. These are the 7 things that I wish I had a webinar like this. Someone telling me this way before when I first started. God, it would have made all the difference in the world. Now I have to take a moment. To congratulate Paula Forsell, Jane Cowan, Miriam Bross, Connie Zindel, Robert Hilton, Kunal Walia, Anna Cruz-Wise, Julia Wright, Terry Lynch, Sheila Hill, Dana Daniel, Alex Alua, Mutsuko Okawa. I'm sorry if I'm saying your names wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited. Thank you for your commitment. Guys, you still have an opportunity right now. Go to learngear.com right now. Use the code name SUCCESS to get 10% off. And everybody who takes that action today, okay, literally you just have a little bit of time left. You're going to be invited to a free webinar that's going to be held by Jeremy and I. It's going to be a free entrepreneurship boot camp. We're going to, again, get into you. We're going to create transformations live at that boot camp. It's going to be incredibly impactful. So, again, how has today's session been? We went a different route for you on this Success Weekly. I do want to share what's coming up next week real quick. Next week on Success Weekly, we are bringing in experts who are going to teach you how to build a 7-figure business without Facebook, without Google, without Yahoo, without any online advertising. Go figure. A 7-figure business selling supplements that you don't own, that you don't have to pay for, that you don't have to have inventory on. It is freaking nuts. It is an amazing, powerful webinar. You have an opportunity at the end to work with them more in detail. It's really powerful. You've got to be here, all right? And I know you're committed for that, but what I will ask you right now is, what did you think of today's webinar? Because we're going to give you one more opportunity. For those of you who would like to have Jeremy and myself be your mentors, I want you to type in mentor. Type in hashtag mentor. Do it right now. Type in hashtag mentor below right now for an interesting opportunity to basically come fly in and work with us. Many of you may have heard us talk about this in the past. We have one last opportunity here, but I want you to type in hashtag mentor, and my phone is just blowing up right now. Type in hashtag mentor right now. I'm going to go over here and see, Jeremy, we're going to see how many people want this. Oh, man, we got a lot of people pouring in that want this opportunity. So, Jeremy, talk a little bit about this opportunity. So, if you are interested in this, listen up right now. Make sure you've taken a few notes, though. Next week, I want to see you back here. We got an amazing webinar coming up with an amazing group of people. They're going to talk to you about a cool, kick-butt new business model. But more than anything, right now, if you want an opportunity to actually fly down, you've got to be able to, obviously there's an expense to it. There's a cost to it. You have to fly here. You have to, we have to set up a whole scenario for you. So there is going to be a substantial investment you have to make. But if you want an opportunity to fly down here, to be not only with myself, to be with Jeremy face-to-face, live in a room, small room of just not that many people, and all the Lurn coaches, all of them, Andrew Lance, Dave Lovelace, Willie Laney, Kane, Zane, we got all these amazing coaches all in one place to work with you, hands-on. I want you to talk, Jeremy, right now about what that opportunity looks like. And guys, we will give you an opportunity in a moment and a URL to go to fill out a short form. There's nothing to buy right now. There's a short form. You can fill it out. If you're interested, we'll give you a call. We'll see how it works and if it's a connect. But Jeremy, tell us a little bit about this, because you've been so impactful in creating this. And I have seen more lives transformed in the last 2 times that we ran this session than I have seen probably in 10 years. It's impeccable.
Yeah, Masters is the epitome of what Lurn represents as transformational home for entrepreneurs. And we got some master students, I think, in the thread right now. I see Betty in here. She's a past master student. Laura, if you guys can just share that defined what you went through, the breakthrough you had, the transformation that you experienced at Lurn Masters, just one word in the chat box that describes your experience being a part of the Lurn Masters workshop. So Chance, wonderful. We got, again, Betty's in here. So go ahead and just share in the chat box one word. And Masters is truly allow you to have success long-term. It really is the epitome of what we represent here within this Lurn family. It is a transformational process that takes you from really being someone maybe that is stuck in your business or not sure exactly what the next step is, or maybe you're in a place right now where you've tried for years to get this online business going, to get going and getting momentum and get in the right direction so that you can maybe transition away from a career that you've had, or maybe just have a solid fundamental business on the side that gives you an extra stream of really quality income coming in. Whatever that circumstance, whatever that situation might be, this opens you up to a process where we can give a deeper level experience, a deeper level mentorship here in person, hands-on. You are here for 5 full days. It's Anik, myself. We're here. We're not going anywhere. We're here in person. You got the Lurn coaches here as well. Your shoulder, building this business and getting something tangible in place. And how awesome, what would it mean for you to finally just break free from all the shackles of building a business online and finally have something up and running for yourself? What would that mean for you guys? Write in the chat box, let us know. What would it mean for you to finally just have your business up and running? Path forward, as opposed to kind of just figuring things out and trying to get things up and running and spending weeks on weeks trying to figure out the first step. Experienced at this workshop is people coming in and they'll tell us they have done more and achieved more and done more in 5 days, 3 to 5 days, than they have in 3 to 5 years of trying on their own to build a business online, of trying on their own to find the next step that gives them momentum to progress. The reason this is transformational is because that is the tip of the iceberg. Up and running, you finally getting unstuck and having a business that gives you freedom, that gives you opportunity to spend more time with family, to be able to really do the things that are meaningful for your life, open up your creative genius to finally sharing your gift with the world. A process that allows you to align a tangible business. You're here, it's hands-on, we go in the trenches with you. We roll up our sleeves, we get hands-on and build this business, and you now have something tangible, and this process opens up within you as an entrepreneur, your creative genius, what you get to bring to the world, what you get to bring to this entrepreneurial journey moving forward, so that you have a roadmap long-term, not just, some really cool ideas, but tangible and executable path for long-term success. Masters is special because you finally get to see what is really possible and the potential you really have by creating a business that is meaningful, by creating a business that aligns with who you know you can become and the freedom you can have. Because that's why we're doing this, right? You're not doing this to go from one job you aren't really fulfilled by, just to hire yourself in your own job at a business where you work 80 hours a week instead of 40, and you're struggling and you're just stressed out and you're burnout and you don't know what the next step is. That's not what you're here to do. That's not what your gift is really meant for. Your gift is meant to be shared. Your time is meant to be free for you to do what you know you can in life. Online is why you are pursuing that in the first place. And what we've seen time and time again with students coming into masters is once you finally have a business up and running, once it becomes real, once we actually make it tangible, then you're going to create something special from that, because that's why you started in the first place. And we align who you really are for you to move forward with. And I can tell you right now, if you go to lurn.com/apply, you're just sharing with us where you're at right now and how we can maybe serve you. It'll give us a clear idea of what's going on for you and how we can best serve you in your entrepreneurial journey. And what's going to open up for you is a path for you to finally break through. Whatever that looks like, we are going to find a path to support you in breaking through. This workshop will be life-changing for you. It will be life-changing for your entrepreneurial journey. It will be life-changing for you, your family, and your financial destiny moving forward, because you will finally have something tangible and real to be able to move forward with, both in you, fuel and the vehicle for this business, and something tangible as a system that allows you to move forward and grow with. So go to lurn.com/apply. And again, you're just filling out some information. We want to understand where you're at so that we know how we can best support you and serve you in this journey. And if the workshop is the right fit, if that aligns, if you're in a position, like Onyx said, where you have the ability to invest in yourself at this level and be a part of something where you're here for 5 full days in person to build your business and to get everything in place and to go through a transformational process with you, hands-on, then we would love to welcome you. We would love to be a part of your journey. We would love to help create that breakthrough moving forward. And if you go to lurn.com/apply, you're going to have the opportunity to share with us where you're at, what's going on for you, how we can best serve you and support you. Very simple. We're going to reach out. We're going to say, hey, we see this is where you're at. We know that this workshop can help you break through. Here's what that looks like. And let's find a path forward for you being here as soon as possible. And I know the next workshop we have is coming up very soon. We got one coming up at the beginning of April here. So the beginning of April, we will have the next Masters workshop. And again, I know we got a lot of Masters students in here. So #LearnMasters, you guys are awesome. You will be entering a family, a deeper part of this Lurn family that is really, really special. And that is something that will transform your life in a very meaningful way. It is breakthrough across the board. And it is something that is very special for us because we finally get to unleash this, this screen. We get to kind of push this screen aside and meet you in person and connect with you and make this real. And I would love if you guys have if in the chat box, go ahead and type in Masters, #Masters. If you align with this, if this connects with you, if you feel like you have finally found something within Lurn Nation that will help you get unstuck, that will help you clear a path to creating your breakthrough, I want you to go ahead and type in Lurn, comments in the live on Facebook here. Go ahead and type in #Masters. We got a ton coming in. Oh, Yon, I got to give a shout out to you, brother. So Yon, man, what time is it over for you, man? You got to be Yon is actually in France. So talk about dedication. Talk about the level of character of the students we invite to Lurn Masters. So young guy in France coming over to be a part of this workshop, doing whatever it takes. Not making excuse about his circumstances, not saying, well, I'm in France, I don't know if I can travel, whatever. No, he's making it happen. He's going to be here. And he's going to be a part of this Lurn family. And we have, close to half the students I think we had in the last workshop were international. We had 5 continents that were represented in the last Masters workshop. From South America, North America, Europe, we had Australia. We had a couple students from Africa come into that workshop. We had 5 continents represented. That's what is special about this community. You get to meet people around the world that have a standard that won't allow circumstances, that won't allow distance, that won't allow miles to hold back their entrepreneurial success, their entrepreneurial journey. And the Masters Workshop is the culmination of you finally breaking through once and for all. No longer being held back, no longer being, brought down by circumstances in your environment, no longer hopeless in finding or trying to figure out the next step, but finding a path to limitless potential in your life and in your business. Shop represents. That's what this family, this deeper level masters family represents. That's what these guys that are sharing here. I got Saeed. Yeah, you're coming too, man. Saeed, giving you a shout out as well. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Yun, again, big shout out to you, my friend. And that's what this community is about. We take very, very seriously who we invite to this workshop, because if you are the right fit, if you are somebody that is genuinely resourceful, if you are somebody that is truly decisive in taking action, when you know you can be around a family of mentors, a family of people, a family of support that will take you to a whole nother standard in life, when you are coachable and can show up and simply come from a place of gratitude, knowing that you finally have mentors here, coming from a place that truly have your best interest at heart, if you can really have the core character traits that define that as your foundation, then this is the place to be, and we would love to play a bigger game with you. We would love to invite you to play at a much bigger level. And I can tell you right now, you'll be surrounded by people that are at that standard, that have that standard for themselves, their family, their future, and they're going to be breaking through, and you're going to be with a group of people, your new family, moving forward. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for you to be about it. I mean, again, Lurn Nation is special because of opportunities like this. /apply right now. Reach out and let us know where you're at with things. Reach out and let us give you an opportunity to be able to finally break through. Lurn.com/apply. Go ahead and fill it out. Be honest. Again, we're going to be reading it. Anik and I read these. We know exactly, where you're at. We understand exactly where you're coming from, and it gives us an opportunity to see how we can best serve you. Now, this workshop will be life-changing for you. It will be life-changing for you moving forward. So we got one coming up. We'd love for you to be a part of it, and I know that Anik would be honored to meet you in person.
I'm super, super excited. Do me a favor, everyone. If you're in the process of filling out that application, I know it's an intense one, and we do it that way on purpose because we really want to get to know you. Can you do me a favor and just type in the number 1 below so that I can get an idea of who's still filling it out, what's going on, so we know how many are coming in, because we cannot take too many. Now, while you're typing in the number 1, I do want to take a moment to congratulate Daryl Cross, Tibor Boxey, Patricia Plum, Jeff Atkins, Saritha, Christopher, David, Victor, Marcia, Daryl, Corey, Terrace, Jane, Peter, Angela, Gail, Thomas. We have had so many people today that have participated in our launch of Lurn Gear, to hold with great pride their entrepreneurship, drive, and their dedication to Lurn Nation. I want to just say thank you so much. You still have an opportunity. Go to lurngear.com. Remember, the coupon code is SUCCESS for 10% off. It will be expiring in about, maximum 20, 30 more minutes. It's going to expire, and then you won't have that coupon code anymore. Make sure you go do that right now. And type in number 1. I want to see how many people are in the process of filling it out. All right, we've got quite a few. So I'm glad to hear that you're doing that. We are really looking forward. This event, I'm telling you right now, I have seen lives change, evolve. It's been nuts. I literally am blessed to be a part of that. And I have to give all the credit to the Lurn Nation team. They just do a tremendous job. They really know how to get in to you, not just your mind, but your heart, and create transformations. You leave with a business up and running, completely up and running, with leads coming in, with potentially sales coming in. I mean, it is a complete 5-day. You come here and you just leave here. And it's an awesome opportunity. If it fits, go to lurn.com/apply, fill in that form, be as honest as possible. We cannot wait to see you there. It has been a tremendous webinar. I have had a blast today. I really just wanted today to be a point for us to connect and for me to be able to share some amazing concepts with you. And I think we've done just that. I'm pumped. I'm excited. All right, Jeremy, final word. I'll give it to you. And remember, guys, last opportunity, lurngear.com. Success is your coupon code. After that, it will expire. Participate. Show the world your pride for being an entrepreneur. Go there and grab something fun and make entrepreneurship fun. With that said, Jeremy.
Yeah, you guys got to get your hands on that gear, man. Seriously, I want to see you guys wearing that stuff out there. Again, really just share with the world that you are following a path that is unique to what you want to create for yourself. Again, you are going to be the, the pink elephant in the room. You are going to be the person that is standing out and taking a stand. It's really what it is. It's taking a stand for yourself, for your future, for your family, for where you get to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and what you get to create for yourself. And really what we do with Masters, like Onyx said, it is something special for us because we get to see and experience the transformation within you, and we know what's on the other side of that. And it is something that is extremely special because you have something extraordinary within you. You have a creative genius that deserves to come out in the form of a business that can be shared with the world. And once we put that in place, once we align your energy, your passion, your purpose, your fuel of why you started this journey in the first place with a tangible business, in your mind that you're going to create something special from that. Do you have any doubt in your mind that you're going to be successful moving forward? And if you're here, I know that you are 100% confident that once that is in place, once you have the right mentorship, once you're around the right environment, there's no end to what is possible for you. And that's what Lurn is about. Lurn is a transformational home for entrepreneurs because we open a door of opportunity that is unlimited to creating success in life at everything that you do. And that's what this is about. So I appreciate you guys being on. I appreciate always being able to share this message of success with you, of being able to perform at a higher standard in your life as an entrepreneur, and being able to reach for something greater than yourself with this. So I hopefully will see you in the next workshop. Again, go ahead to lurn.com/apply, and we would love for you to be a part of this. So Anik, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me a part of this. You guys are amazing. Lurn Nation, you guys are the best.
All right, thank you very much, Jeremy. Now, listen, we can't forget it's a $500 giveaway that we have to do. I almost forgot. I would have forgotten. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you to head on over to the Facebook page. Let me pull it up right now, and I'll show you exactly where I want you to go. So you go to facebook.com, you type in Lurn, or you go to facebook.com/Lurn Inc. Let me pull it up and let me show you my browser so you can see what you need to do. This is how you're going to get a chance to win this, all right? You go down here and you're going to see somewhere, I hope so. Oh, looks like maybe it didn't happen today. All right. Maybe it's at the Onyx and All page. So give me a second here. That's us doing the live. That's not the post I want to see. Let's see. Is it right here? It's probably right here. All right. Nope. It's not here either. All right. One sec. Maybe we forgot to put the post up today that shares the fact that we are live. Because remember, you leave a comment back under that post, and that is how you win the $500. But it looks like, oh no, it looks like Lurn Nation team forgot to put that post up. So, all right, tell you what, we'll do it on this one. So go to facebook.com/Lurn Inc. All right, go to facebook.com/Lurn Inc. You're going to see this live feed happening right here. And what I want you to do here is I want you to click on like, and I want you to leave a comment. Tell us how you felt about today's powerful webinar session. Tell us how you felt about today's webinar session, and you will have a chance. You will have a chance to win the $500 prize today. All right, so we are looking right now. I'm just making sure. So you'll have a chance to win $500 prize. I just need you to leave a comment, and I hate doing it on this one because I'm not going to be able to choose the winner. Shucks. Guys, take that back. I take that back. Tell you what. All right, I'll tell you what. I need you to save it for a moment. All right, I'm going to do this. What did everyone think about today's Success Weekly? All right. make a comment on this post, please, because that's the only way I'll be able to see it. When you comment on live, Facebook's changed the rules now. I can't see them until the live is over, so I wouldn't be able to actually pick a winner. So I just made a new post. You'll see it here. You will see a new post here. It says, what did everyone think about today's Success Weekly session? Go ahead there, click like, leave a comment, tell me some thoughts, and you get a chance to win your $500 prize. Remember, if you're still working on that application, make sure to finish that too. You do have your final opportunity at learngear.com, but go to facebook.com/Lurn Inc. and you'll see that post. And hit like, leave a comment. So click like on one of these, leave a comment, and let me know what you thought of today's webinar, all right? And that is exactly how we're going to figure out who gets a chance to win our random $500 drawing. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to do this because I know it takes time, and we're just starting to get people to start submitting their feedback. So thank you very much for everybody. What I'm going to do is quickly grab the direct post link to it so that I can quickly refresh. All right, go to facebook.com/Lurn Inc. Leave your comments. We're starting to get them pouring in. Dan Sherwood says, loved it. Today's session was powerful. Thanks, Anik and Jeremy, for sharing your stories. Marcus says it was awesome. Saika says amazing. Dina says great training. Shell says, what another amazing webinar. Every week I grow more and more. My favorite step tonight was step 3, focus. Pick one thing. Focus, focus, focus. Love it. It says #LearnNation. Romel writes, another awesome experience. Definitely worth time well spent. Julia writes, had tears in my eyes from some of the hard-talking thoughts you shared. Inspired to focus better. Julia, you had a breakthrough tonight. You had a transformation. That's exactly what those tears are. I'm so glad you shared that. Thank you for sharing that with the team. All right, we already got 27 comments here. Anaya says, I'm inspired and excited to be at Masters. Anaya, we can't wait to have you here. Peter says, absolutely amazing learning experience at Lurn. Fail forward, Piani writes. And that's amazing. I just love it. Anik and Jeremy killed it. Inspiration to the highest. Thank you guys so much. All right, we're going to do another 2 minutes here. Just another 2 minutes. By the way, I got a bunch more people to congratulate. All right, give me a second here. Just had a bunch of people that made sure they took us up on that after. So we had Darnell Tucker, Tracy Stevenson, and Denise McCormick went to learngear.com and joined our family here and are going to be now participating in our free entrepreneurship boot camp with Jeremy and myself. If you haven't done it yet, you need to go do it now. We have 50 comments now. This is an amazing, amazing. Thank you very much for leaving these comments for me, guys. Saritha writes, attitude is your thermometer. I love that. I needed to hear about dealing with fear, something that is hamstringing me right now. Miriam, trust me, you're not alone. There are so many people who can relate to that, who are in that position. And so trust me, I understand exactly how you feel. All right. I'm going to give you literally 1 more minute, and then I'm going to hit refresh, and that'll be the final one. And if you want to hear your name congratulated and welcome to the Lurn family, go to learngear.com right now. Make sure you do it before we close the session. All right, make sure you do it before we close the session. 1 more minute, 30 seconds until I hit refresh. 30 seconds, and I'll hit refresh. And we'll see how many comments we end up gathering up today. 30 seconds, and I will hit refresh. All right. All right. I'm going to hit 1 more in 10 seconds. Thank you guys so much for your wonderful comments. It is so, so, so empowering to see these. Makes us just want to do these sessions even more. All right. That is the final refresh. I am going to close my eyes and land upon somebody and pick them. I'm slowing down. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Who is this? Yoan DeVillers, please submit to me your PayPal email address. Send it to support@learn.com. Yoan, send it to support@learn.com. Let's all write congratulations to Yoan for winning the $500 today for Success Weekly. Congratulations, Yoan. Make sure you write to us at support@learn.com. Let them know that my name is Yoan DeVillers, and I was the one who won the $500 giveaway today on Success Weekly. I've taken a picture of this. I will be able to send that to my team. Let's all type in congratulations to Yoan for having won today. We're all super excited, guys. It has been a pleasure, and we're finishing at the perfect time because my voice is actually starting to now go away. All right, everyone, next week I will see you here for a very powerful session together, about how to build a 7-figure business selling supplements, okay, without actually having to run traffic from all these usual sources that you hear about. I also want to welcome Bradley Greger and Quan Nguyen to our amazing Lurn family here, because he went and took action and got himself some awesome entrepreneur gear. All right, having said that, everybody, thank you very much. Congratulations to Yoan, and I will see you next week on Success Weekly. Same place, same time, same day, every week. Be there or be square. All right, I'll just come on the screen real quick to say my goodbye. All right, it's been awesome, guys. Thank you very much. Have an absolutely wonderful night. Have a wonderful day, wonderful morning, wherever you're calling in from. Jeremy, I'll let you say bye as well.
See you guys.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much, Lurn Nation. Remember, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. I'll see you guys on the next one next week right here. Talk to you then.